So yesterday had two presentations, two trailers, one of Final Fantasy 16 and the other of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom final trailer. Which one of these presentations did it better? We'll grade them in three categories. We'll first look at the areas they presented. We would also look at the combat system, and then finally we'll look at the hype factor. So this is Island Gaming with Jay, and let's see which presentation did it better in their showing. So first up, let's compare the different areas of Final Fantasy 16 and Tears of the Kingdom. So we start off with the Final Fantasy different areas. Right off the bat, we see some nice greenery, some nice urban, areas. We see a jungle area. We even see this beautiful mountainside. The Final Fantasy devs here is really giving us a lot of different environments. It looks clean, it looks fresh, it looks new. No one could argue that Final Fantasy 16 environments are simply gorgeous. How would The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom stack up? Well, let's look at that. As we look at The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, we see one of the main areas, which is the sky area, and it's breathtaking. It's beautiful. We see that not only you are in the sky, but you're on the green grass, you're on grassy plains. We have urban areas. We have another aspect of the urban area. We have the rock climbing areas, and we even have, it looks like, forests or so forth. There's even a desert area. We have an underground area and even a snowy area. All of this. But could it stand up against Final Fantasy? I think we'll have to give this one to the Final Fantasy. Yes, Final Fantasy has a more variety of areas, so we have to give it to Final Fantasy. So we give Final Fantasy 25 points for different areas. Next up, let's look at combat. Right off the bat, we are seeing that the Final Fantasy 16 devs, they did a lot with combat. We are seeing the fast-paced nature of this combat system. Somehow it reminds me of Devil May Cry. It seems to be like a Devil May Cry, RPG, as it were. And we are seeing how flashy it is. The only question I have is would it be complicated? Most likely not. But I could see that one is getting a lot of different combos with this combat system, and we are seeing that there are different elements that you could use in this combat system. Now, we also noted that you would have summons in this combat system, so we are seeing that the PlayStation fans would be in for a treat with this combat. For sure. One thing we could say is that this combat system is very flashy. Now, what about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? Let's look and see. One thing I've learned is not to underestimate the combat system in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and we could see that it is not disappointing in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, because it's taking what we know and love about the combat system from Breath of the Wild and it's amplifying it by 10. We are even seeing you can use mechs in this new Legend of Zelda. How wild is that? So when it comes to the combat system, I believe we can give this a draw. So 25 points each. Now let's look at the final category, the hype factor. Which fan base is more hyped for what was shown yesterday, or which one of the general consumers are more hype for what was shown yesterday? Now, let me just start off by saying that Final Fantasy is a very hype game. Even I myself was thinking about, getting a PlayStation 5 to play this game. That is a lie. Not me, you sick police. I'm not buying no PlayStation 5. However, this game is pretty much hype. jokes aside. Now, when it comes to how to say a gauge as how we could look to see if this how hype this game is by how many persons show interest in this presentation when it was shown on YouTube. Let's look and see. So we are seeing it was trending at 18, and we are seeing it's just over 500,000 people viewed the stream after just a day. So yes, Final Fantasy 16 is pretty much hype. Now when we was to look at Zelda, yes, just looking at what persons are saying online, just looking at the sheer amount of reaction videos, and even how many persons was watching the stream, we are seeing that Zelda is by far, by a mile, the most hype and anticipated game of the year. Yes, after just one day, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has gathered more than 5 million views. This at one point in time was trending #1 in the entire YouTube channel. Right now it's trending #2. So we are seeing that persons from all over the world, they are anticipating this game. This game is going to be wild. Yes, it is the game to look forward to. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is the most hype of the two games. So what do we give Final Fantasy for its hype factor? We'll give Final Fantasy full points, 25 points. And we will give The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom 100 points. It broke the scales, guys. So yes, out of the two presentations, Final Fantasy had a good show in 16, but The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is too much of a juggernaut. Yes, this game is wild. Everyone is hyped for it. I'm even hearing persons who don't have a Nintendo Switch is willing to buy a Nintendo Switch to get this game. So let me hear what you think. Do you think Final Fantasy 16 is more hype? Did they have a better showing? Does graphics matter? Is graphics the most important thing? Well, let me know in the comment sections below. Like and subscribe for more videos later.